Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, thank you for the support that you guys have been showing me. It always blows me away. So today I'm coming back with some Crafter's Companion. Again, I'm going to use this Happy Hearts because I'm still sort of, you know, in that with that romantic theme, either anniversary, Valentine's Day, that sort of thing. I'm also going to be using these Edgeables, the Moroccan Trellis, and I've also got the decorative rose frame. I'm not going to be using the large die on that one. I am going to be using the inside pieces, but that's the plan. Okay, so to start with, I've made myself a card blank out of A3 card, and that's 8 by 8. Okay, so that's where, and it's going to be a 10-fold card. Let me just give that a good burnish down. And we'll pop that to the side. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer. And I'm also going to be using this Hunky Dory glitter card. This is the sort of lighter lilac colour. So my first mat is going to be around about, I think we should go 7.5 inches. No, let's go to 7. So 7 by 7. And then from this, on the inside, I want to get a 6 by 6 mat. So I'm gonna gut this a little bit down. Okay, so if I start just under 1/4 of an inch, and if I take that to there, I'm going to go down 1/2 an inch just to be careful. I'm just going to take that down. So it's going to be easier to see this if I do it on the other side, and then again up to there. And I have got another piece of glitter card if this doesn't quite work out, but ideally I would like to try and save it if I can. Let's have a little look. Just pop that one there, there. Just bring my knife in. That one away, like so, and then I just want to measure this. I want to take that to 6 by 6. I am just going to go around all the sides because I do want it to be square, and I'm not sure if my cutting of the gutting cutting, if you know what I mean, is exactly square. And then we've got our piece there. Save these bits for later. So I'm going to bring in some Snow White Pearl card, I think this is, and this is going to go, the first one is going to be 2 notches below the 7, and that's a square, and then I need another piece which is going to be 2 notches below the 6 and 2 notches below the 6. So this piece is, I'm going to cut this piece to 2 inches by 2 notches below the 6, and I'm just thinking what else I need. I need another piece which is going to be around about 6 by 5, so 2 notches below the 6, and I'll cut that at the 5. Okay, so I am going to have to do some more glitter card cutting in a bit, but I wanted to just get the main pieces done. So let's just check that that's going to fit on there nicely. We have our nice border around. And I've chosen not to gut the white, just to give the card that stability. Okay. And then that one onto there, so that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my card blank. And we'll get these stuck on first of all. I'm going to go with my all-purpose, just so I've got a bit of time to get that where I need it to be. Just going around making sure I've got some, especially in those corners. And we can pop that down. And it doesn't matter if it splurges on the inside, because we're going to put our pearl card on there. I do want to be just a little bit careful if it goes on the outside, because I don't want it to take that glitter off for me. There as well. And you can, if you get any on the outside, you can just rub it away. It sort of goes into like sort of lumps of glue, and then it should just come off. The only thing is not to let those lumps dry, because then it's hard to get them off. And that's just moved a little bit where I've... Okay, so I'm happy with that. So it just bits everywhere now. So, and then I'm going to come in again with my all-purpose onto this pearl white. Again, try not to go too near the edges, because I don't want it to take that pearl finish off. I'm just going to pop that over the top, so we've got our delicate purple border all the way around. It's just bugging me a little bit there. I think if I was doing this again, I might use the tacky on that one, but I'm sure it will be fine. Okay, so we've got our first layer on. That's that one. Okay, now with this one, I am going to cut a border into the bottom of it, and the border is going to come from this Moroccan trellis, and it's going to be this one here. So just this delicate border on the bottom. It's just like a picot edge. And it's just going to start to bring in the delicateness that I want on this card. Just going to put that across there. Bring in my plate. Just pop that through. Pokey tool, and I'm going to decide whether I want to do the same on the purple. My initial thought would be it would be nice to have that against the purple with that tiny border, but if it looks a bit weird, I might also do the same on there. Let's have a little look. Yeah, I'm going to do that picot edge on there as well. Okay, so I'm bringing that one back. And although it's the plate has marked a little bit here, that's going to be covered up later on with my later layers, so I'm not going to worry about that at all. So I'm just going to pop this on. And if you wanted to avoid that, you can just use your larger plate. I'll just put that one onto there. And I might need to trim this at the top just to get that to fit nicely under there with just the delicate edge that I want. We'll see what it looks like when it comes out the other side. Don't know why that's decided to make quite so much noise today. Maybe because the die was right on the edge. Okay, so it's glitter card, so it has got that coating on. And again, just poke all of those out. And if you struggle to cut glitter card because of the coating on it, either use a piece of cut and tidy, or you can use a shim of just an extra piece of card, or you can use your metal plate. I tend to like the cut and tidy, to be honest, because it tends to keep all of the pieces in until you're ready to poke them out, which means if you were thinking of paper piecing, you've got that option there. Or if the pieces are pretty pieces that you want to keep, then that's nice as well to keep them. Just get rid of that for the moment. Just put those onto the floor. Where's mine? There you are. The last one there. Oh, there's another one there. So let's have a look. No, I'm happy with that. I could bring it right down and then trim a little bit at the top, but I don't think I quite like it just a little bit like that, so you know it's there. It's quite a nice little, or maybe now I'm talking myself out of it. No, I'm not. Okay, sorry, you know how indecisive I am sometimes. So I'm going to come in with my tacky glue this time in my little bottle, and just going to pop that all over. Put a nice amount on. It's not thick, it's a real it dispenses just such a thin amount, but I do want there to be enough on there to hold it all down. Sorry if you can hear somebody's bringing back their bin. It's bin day here. Okay, and then this one is going to go onto here, but we want this raised. So let me just bring it in. So I've got these chunky pads. So I'm going to use some of these. You could use your foam on a roll, anything like that. A good amount on there, because there's going to be more card on top of this, so it's going to be quite weighty. Just one there. For some reason that feels a bit okay. And these are probably about a 3mm foam pad, so off. Actually, I think it's because my nails have been cut, so I broke a nail, so I cut them all again. And some people do the sticky thing with a knife, don't they? They stab it with a knife and it comes off, and that doesn't work for me for some reason, that trick. So just put tacky glue on these parts just to give me that bit of time, and it also just as an extra bit of stick. And then this is going to go on pretty much centrally. Okay, so we're getting there now. You can see it's starting to come together. Okay, so for the next layer, we need that 5 by 6 or just under 6, which is going to go directly on top of here. So I'm not doing any more glitter on the outside layers. Okay, so that is this piece here, and we need to bring back our borders again, and I want this one and that one. I'll pop that one there for now, and I'm going to pop this, so let's pop that to there, sort of square. Let me bring in my tape ready, and then I'm going to put that, I'm going to go to that, to the 1 inch on that corner, and then down to that bottom inch there. So we'll try and do it the same when we do the next layers as well. And then this one is nice and easy because it's just going to slot in behind it. Actually, it's going to make more sense if we go by that one. So we just move that one out of the way again. There. So I can line this one up with the straight edges, so I'll do it that way rather than, but I do want to make sure that that picot edge is on. So if I go across like so, just going to take that bit off there just in case it marks my pearl card, because I am going to emboss this after, so we do want a bit of pattern on there as well. So let's go with that one and those, and we'll pop those through. Peel that off, just make sure that's all come out quite nicely. I think it has. I might have to try and fit it back in if it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it's all cut quite nicely. It's just these bits sticking a little bit. Right, let's just pop that. Right, so the picot edge one is fine. It's this other one that's been a little bit more tricky, so it was asking a lot of it all in one go. So I'm just gonna risk it for a biscuit. Sometimes it won't do it, but just gonna slot it back in and just pop it through a second time. Hopefully that should finish it off. Like I say, it's quite delicate dye, this one, so probably should have put it in with cut and tidy. I'll do that next time. Yeah, it's gone through the second time, so that looks good to me. Just poking those bits out. Before I do anything else, I'm just making sure all of those bits are gone. Don't want any bits on my glass. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in this old Crafter's Companion embossing folder. So this is a one that's got roses on. Now I want, if possible, because sometimes I do mess this up, I want, if possible, to have the deboss on it. So if I put it pearl side down, I don't know whether to just do it over the whole thing. Okay, I'm just going to pop it in It's only a 2D folder, so I just need the 2 plates. And we'll just pop that through. Let's see if I've got it the right way. I think I have. Yeah, so I've got that debossed there. Okay, so that one can go out of the way. The next thing I want to do is I do want a purple edge to go under here. So I'm just going to clean that out. Although I don't need that one, it's the Pico one I want. And again, there. Okay, let me put that to the side. I'm going to grab my trimmer again. And because I only need it to go under this edge, we're probably looking at, so that's about 1 inch. So if I do 1.5 inches by just under the 6, then I should have plenty there. So let's just put that there. And then what I'm going to do is bring that back, even though I'm not cutting this. Just going to bring that back just so that I know. So because we had that straight, and then hopefully I should get this in the right place. Wondering why it wouldn't fit together right. Okay, so I just want to make sure I get there. I think that should be fine, and I'm hoping I've cut enough. Let's see if it fits there. Hopefully it should be fine. If not, we'll redo. Just say with this being the glitter card, it's brilliant quality. It's not falling apart in any way, but there is that coating on there, so it is holding on to the die cuts a little more than it would plain card stock. So it just takes us a little bit longer to clean that die out. Got a little bit there. What's going on there? Oh, you're hiding around the back. Come on. Okay, we've got you. Okay, so let's see if this is going to fit nicely. And we have gone a little short. Okay, so I will be using that in a minute anyway. So let's just go a little wider on that. So if I cut that down to the 2 notches below the 6. Just cut myself another piece. Like I say, I did need another one anyway, and the other one hasn't got this decorative bit on anyway, so that would be fine for there. So we haven't wasted anything, but I just need to remember for next time. So I've just got bits in this die, sorry. Die brush, get that out. There we go. Okay, let's try again. Take 2. Let's put that there. Okay. So I would say for that bit, it needs to be probably about 2.5 inches. Piece of glitter card. Rather than 1.5. Okay, let's have a look. And again, poking those out, just get that out of the way. There. Hiding behind there. Okay, so that should be much better. And what I'm going to do is just take a little bit off this end, because I don't want any on the edges. It's just purely to go under this bit here and our bit at the bottom. I'm going to take a tiny bit of that out as well. Okay, let's pop that out of the way a moment, and we can get this bit put on. And I think the best thing is going to be my tacky glue, just purely because we've not only have we got this filigree, we've also got that embossing on there. So good amount there, and it's quite it's the embossed lines on here, they're not really fine, so there's plenty of spaces to dab an odd spot of glue. You could use your dotty tape pen if you wanted to, or you know, you could do the Jodie trick and put it on your hand and then do it that way. So I'm just going to pop that over the top like so, and I just need to move that a little bit that way. There we go. There's a little bit of help to stick there. That's fine. Okay, and then this bit I'm going to come up again, so we're going to have a little bit of dimension again. Don't want it to be as high as it was before, so I'm going to use one of these hunky dory strips. Let me just look at my foam on the roll. Yeah, that's about the same as the pad. So I'm going to use these hunky dory ones. Just give it a good amount of support. Put that across there, that's going to help secure that. Just see. And what I'm going to do is just bring in my old scissors. I want a bit under there for support. And a bit in the middle there. Oops. A bit in the middle there. I'm going to put 2 bits in the end. Let's see what that feels like. Yeah, that feels good. So just peeling all of these off. So there's quite a lot of work on this card, and I will say it's not a card I've invented myself. I have been like very inspired by Debbie Stevens at the moment. She has a blog, Paper Pastimes, and this is sort of my version of one of her cards, but with Crafter's Companion dies. She uses a lot of flowers. I don't tend to use flowers as often, but you know, it's definitely worth, if you've got time and you sort of, or you're sat somewhere and you just want something to do for a couple of minutes, it's always worth going over to her Paper Pastimes blog and having a look at what she does, because she is the queen of white on white cards, and honestly she is amazing. So I'm just popping that directly over the top, so lining it up, so we're still using that glitter mat from before as our mat on here as well. And then we've got our 2-inch piece here. So again, I'm coming in with our little border, our little picot edge one, or I could go straight. No, I'm going to go picot. I like the picot. So just get that brush again. Sorry, my pokey tool is a bit too fat for the holes, but the die brush seems to be getting them out quite nicely. Another one there, and there, and there, there. Okay, and if I bring that back again, let's just make sure I've got it the right way. Yes, I have. Bring that in. Just lining that up. But we just want the edge. I may trim this off a little more, depending on the cutting of our sentiment piece. So I may give myself a bit of extra room, so I won't be sticking this bit down straight away. So let's pop there. Pop that through, and that should be the last time that we use this picot wedge. It's quite important when you're using pearl card just to make sure you've got no bits under there, because it will emboss into your pearl card stock, which is quite annoying if you're wanting a nice clean look. So that should be there. And we've got our piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue that purple edge under here. On my hand, do it that way, just for this quickness. And again, just going straight over the top. Just want that tiny hint of purple. There we go. Press down. Oops. Little stuck in there, so we'll put that to the side. Okay, get rid of those. So now we can come in with my sentiment. So I'm going to be using this stamp from this Bloom with Grace again, which is the You Make My Heart Smile. That's the one I want to use. I'm hoping it should fit into the centre of here. So let's just put those two out. If you wanted to, there's a lovely little rose there that you could be using to decorate. So let me grab this stamp. Just want to see if that's going to fit in there nicely. And it's not. Okay. So, bear with me. What I'm going to do is just find another sentiment. Okay, so I found these ones, which is from one of the subscription boxes, the Iris folding one. It's got this lovely Sending Love there. So that should fit perfectly in the middle of there. So that's the stamp we're going to use. Okay, so we need our plates back in. So I need a piece of white card and want to cut the other way because I'm going to stamp the other side of the card. Is better to stamp on. So if I pop that one there, oops, just bring in a piece of this, just cut that to size, and then I can turn that over. Nice white piece there, and we'll run those through. Got our little scallop, and then we've got the pearl side on the back, so I'm going to stamp on this side onto there, and then I need to do the same thing but onto the purple. So we've got the purple mat, so I just clean this die out. See how that goes. So that's perfect for that one. And then the oval one, which has disappeared. Is that on the other side of there? Yes, it is. So I don't think I've got any pieces of this big enough. Oh, that one will be fine on there. So that's a bonus, so we'll cut that there, and what I'll do is I will chop that down the middle and make it fit our oval that way. And then I just need one more piece of this glitter card, which I've thrown on the floor. Oh, there we go, that should be the same one. Yes, it is. And I'm just going to take a small corner out for this last bit. There we go, and again with a little bit of tape. This is going to bring our sign together. Should have cut fine because it's just straight. Let's have a look at this one. I think this one's done the same, so perfect cutting there. Just might have to poke those out of there. There we go. Okay, so we've got that one there, and then lastly, just out of this scrap, I'm going to bring in that heart die, and I just want some pieces just to be able to put on our design. So I'm not using as it's intended in any way this time, mainly because I forgot. It was supposed to go on here, but it doesn't matter. It'll probably look better without it, to be fair, because it's quite, we've got a lot going on anyway. So I've got a little heart there. Let's just put that there. So that, and I'll leave that in there for now. Okay, so now we need to make some decisions on this. So if I pop this together, so I think what I'm going to do is just cut this down the middle. If I want to go top to bottom or side to side. I think I'll go along here. I'm trying to keep it in the middle of the scallop so that it looks like there's going to be, it's still going to look like we've got a whole scallop. So if I cut it through the middle of a scallop, then you may see that a bit more. So we can just pop that inside like so, and then this other piece onto there. And then let's see how we're going to do this bit. Might leave that bit off. Might just edge that with, I have got a metallic purple pen. Let's see what that looks like. Actually, let's use the brush end, that might be more sensible. Just trying it out on this scrap piece. Put it straight on, it's probably going to look better. Okay, so there's the plan. So we're going to leave that one out. I'm going to stamp onto here. So let's go ahead and get this bit stuck together. And just pop that. So we've got a bit of purple showing through. That's got the right bit. Not sure now that I have. Uh-oh. Right, so my glue is drying. Let's try. There we go, so that's there. And I'll just put that onto there. Just pop into there as well. So I'm just going to bend that out a little bit because it's curving itself. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to need is my stamp press, and I'm going to use my dotty tape pen. Just make sure I put it on the pearl side, just to keep that in position while I stamp. Now these are new, I've not used them, so I'm hoping it's going to behave and stamp nicely. So I'm going to pop that sort of to the left a little bit, and then I've got room for some hearts. And I'm going to use what we've got waterproof black. We'll use that one because that's the one that's fell into my hand. This is the black one, the noir black. Okay, that's perfect first time. There we go. We'll pop that off. Pop that away again. And then if I bring in this purple, this is amethyst. And I think this actually came from one of the boxes for with the calligraphy. So I think that's where I got this purple pen from. I'm just going around the very edge, just so I've not got a white edge there. So it's just going to be a point of difference against that white. have a little look. Yeah, so I like that. So let's decide now on where this is going to go. So the idea is that that's going to go direct to the top, but I do want that a bit shorter. I think that needs to come, and then that will go there, and then we'll have that there, and then we'll have some pearls at the top. So let me bring my trimmer in. Put that over. Just try and keep it as straight as I can. And then this piece will go up the top there. Perfect. So again, this one is going flat. Let's go tacky. So a nice bit of glue there, and again it's just going straight to that top edge, so matching up. So, there we go. And then this one, we do want some elevation there, so I'm going to pop some of these pads, crafter companion pads, on the back. There we go. And it's going on to there, like so. And then those hunky-dory, actually I might use these ones, they're only 1mm, so I'm just going to pop a couple of those on there, and just chop them down a little bit, just a little bit there, and a little bit there. Then if I pop these off, I'm just going to add some tacky glue on. There we go. And then if we bring this over, we'll pop that around back there, I think. Okay, so then just to finish, pop out some of these hearts. And then we're all gonna pop away. And if you wanted to ink crown any of these, obviously you've got those options. Initially, like I say, I did think I would be popping it in there, but I don't think there would be enough room. And the thing that put me off about it is just because of the shape of this. It means I would have to try and maybe match there, but I was umming and ahhing whether I was going to do it, but I decided not to in the end, just for a quicker video, and also it's easier for me, I'll be honest. So let's have a look. So we've got a couple of hearts there, a couple of hearts there. So I'm not going to go crazy with them. And I'm only putting them on here. If you wanted to put flowers round, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if you wanted to put flowers round, obviously, you know, you've got those options. So just picking up the smaller ones really. And I'm not putting them any particular way, not facing them all forward or whatever. I'm just putting them lots of different ways just for a bit of interest. Should you on there? And I think I'll go with that one there because I did save him. Let's go that way. Okay. So then last, my favourite thing to do is to add some pearls, and I am going to go with white ones on this one. And I understand this is not everybody's cup of tea to sit and put gems on and things. I've said before, I absolutely love it. But if you didn't, you could just leave it at that. That's a gorgeous card as it is. So let me turn this round, and I'm just going to go on the center of all of these picot edges. Let's grab some of these, pop them on. Actually, I'm going to grab a smaller one to go in the middle of those ones. Just give it a bit of interest. Just grab my pearls and some. Smaller, I believe. Just tip some into there. There we go. Just pop those smaller ones onto there. And if you've got any tonic drops, you can use those instead of using pearls. You just have to have quite a controlled hand to do that. On a good day, I can do, I mean, we've got loads because Mum collected them all. On a good day, I can do a good drop. But on a bad day, if my hands are not behaving, it's a struggle. Hence why I have like a million pearls. And you know, you could really go to town with this if you wanted to go around all of these. I'm just going to do this one and the bottom one, but if you wanted to go around every one of these edges, you know, it's you know, endless. You could stone this to the gods, as they say, but I'm just going to do those two edges today. Oops. Go there where you were supposed to go. And if I wanted to, I could have come in with a purple pearl, and I have got a lilac one. I'm just wondering whether to do that one and not that one. I'm going to do this one, not that one. Okay, so change my mind a little bit. And like I say, this was, I was sort of going down that sort of Valentine's Day sort of feel, but this would work perfectly well for a Mother's Day, you know, sending love Mother's Day. You could put flowers on instead, like I say, for Mother's Day. Plenty of gorgeous flower dyes out there, and also, you know, your paper flowers and things. Definitely need to increase my paper flowers, I think, because I don't seem, I've got a lot of white. I don't have quite so many different colours. I used to enjoy making flowers with, I don't know if I've said it before, Britannia dyes. They have a lovely rose dye, and when I went on that class with Nikki from Heartfelt Creations, that's where I sort of learnt to make paper flowers, paper roses particularly. And I have got quite a lot of heartfelt dyes, the early stuff, you know, flowers and that. I think they more recently they sort of went down the route of making it easier, whereas it would be one dye to cut loads of them out, and they had I think a paper shaper at one time as well. I sort of started collecting their dyes before that. We've got one here, so let's just do that, and there we go, last one. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Okay, so like I say, endless ways, and you can take that further if you wanted to. Like I say, also as well, it wasn't my design really. I have sort of well, not copied it, but I've just sort of used what I have to do a similar sort of thing. But definitely Debbie Stevens Paper Pastime is a great blog to follow. She does some amazing things. But yeah, that's it for today. So that's today's little play with these dies. Next time I'm coming back with Hunky Dory again, without members free gift, and I'm planning on making a box and a card to go in that box for it. So that's the plan as it stands at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you if you've managed to watch all the way through. Please do keep putting the lovely comments on, or if there's any questions or anything you want to see, you know, please feel free to ask. If I can, I will try and come up with a design to fit that in. But yeah, I certainly do love hearing from you guys out there. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.